Hi, You Can Heal family. I'm in my car again. This seems to be working out. And I have to bring you a little bit of coaching today. Now, I have to admit that I took the call. I took the call. I took the call. Now, some of you may not know what I'm talking about, but this is something you need to pay attention to if you are trying to get out of or end a relationship, or say you already ended the relationship, but the phone calls are coming and the text messages. And this is a hard one because even though you have really, really good intentions on saying the last time I talked to this person was my last time, but things happen, things trigger you that make you think it's okay to take the call. Listen, I'm telling you, when you set your boundary, you set it for a reason. You said you weren't going to take the call or respond to the text for a reason. Now, there's little caveats here, because if you've already blocked a person from contacting you, then there's no call to take. But if you don't have your phone blocked, then obviously a call or text can come through. And you have to make a decision, like, why would you want to answer the phone? What is it that you think you're going to say that's going to get the person to change their mind, their behavior, the way they see you or think about you, or anything along those lines? And the one thing I learned when I took the call from my ex-husband was, no matter what I say, I'm not going to be heard. And no matter what he says, I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. And the thing that was just so clear to me was like, this person's hurting and they're blaming me. And I used to fall for that too. I am not to blame. I am not to blame for why you are in pain. I'm not. And, you know, I think it's just kind of like sad for me today. It's kind of like sad for me because I really don't hate my ex-husband. I really don't dislike him, but I cannot be responsible for his pain. And that used to suck me in, and it used to draw me in. It would make me feel sorry for him. It would make me want to stay with him. But if there's one thing I learned on taking the call, is that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm right in the presence of the Lord, and he showed me the way out. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad. If this is your first time listening and you've liked what I've been saying so far, hit the like button. Take a step of faith and even subscribe to the channel, because I'm telling you, healing is a journey. It takes time, and it's not for the faint at heart. It's not for the faint at heart, especially if you're a former people pleaser like I was, or codependent. It's very easy to stay in that mindset, like I can't get anybody else, or I don't deserve better, or no one else is going to want to be with me because of my history or because of my past. And that is simply just not true. It's not true. It's not true. You are amazing. You're beautiful. You're valuable. You're loved by God Almighty, first, forever, and always. So why, my arm is hurting. I got to figure out where to put this phone. So why are you gonna keep staying with a person that you know is not for you? You know he's not. You know she's not, but you stay. You stay. And I just want to encourage you, don't take the call. Don't take the call. You may think you're strong enough. You may think that, okay, I can handle it. I can handle it this time. My arm is hurting. Okay, you guys, this is a lot. Now it's raining like really hard. Can you hear that rain? And when I drove over here to the school today, it was like pouring, like torrents. Just, I couldn't even see. And now it's starting up again. So, and I don't have that microphone, so I hope this is coming across clear. But the point, I guess, the point of this call, the point of this video is for you to realize you have value, and that you don't have to stay with the person or put yourself in a position where you're suffering because you take a phone call or answer a text. This is the question you say to yourself. When the call is coming through or the text is there, say, by reading this text, how am I going to feel after? If I take this call, how am I going to feel after? And I say that because your mind will play tricks on you and have you think that you got this, that you are strong enough, that you can handle what the other person has on the other end. And just know that the person you talked to the last time that had you feeling that yuck inside after you hung up is the same person. Unless they have evidence that they have put in the work and changed, the outcome of the conversation will be the same. You're just going to have to take my word for it, and you're going to have to trust me on that. My name's Shena Major, and I'm a life coach, and I've been in a lot of relationships that weren't really relationships. They were situations, and they caused me pain. They caused me a lot of sorrow, and left me feeling disgusted with myself, left me feeling dirty and undervalued and unloved. And that's not who the Creator created. God created me perfectly, and I'm amazing. And it took me time to realize that when I started healing and I got on this journey. And you can have the same result. You really can begin to feel good about yourself and begin to want to grow and change the way you're thinking about you, and knowing that the love of God is what is going to bring you out of the darkness. He will. Believing that He loves you, believing what His word says about you, and having that carry over into how you're looking at the current relationship you're in, or the one you've left, but you're feeling the pull to go back. Just remember that you are Christ and Christ alone. He created you from the beginning of time, from the foundation of the world. He thought of you, and He put you here on this earth at this particular moment, and He wants good for you. He wants an abundant life for you, and He wants you living in peace. He wants you to have hope. He wants you to see that you were created for greatness, okay? Not created for someone to tear down, put down, yell at you, talk negative about you, treat you horribly. That's not why you're created, and that's not why you're here. And I'm sitting here saying all this, and it's easier said than done. But every day, look in the mirror and say, I love you. Look in the mirror and say, you are amazing. Look in the mirror and say, you are not going to be in this situation forever. And start to put together a plan. You know, safety first. I always say safety first, but if you're really considering leaving an unhealthy relationship, always have a safety plan first. You know, make sure you plan that thing out. And I'll never tell you to leave, and I'll never tell you to stay, because that's between you and God. But what I can say is that I've been through some things, and I know certain patterns that your potential abuser, or the person who's not treating you well, goes through, that will draw you back in. You know, all the I love yous in the world is not going to change the things you're actually seeing or hearing them do or say. And that's what you have to look at. Look at the evidence. Look at the evidence. You know, start tracking, writing down every time you hear that comment, or every time they do this, or take that action and do that. Record it so you can look back over 2 days, over a week, over a month, and say, this is what I put up with. This is what I've been putting up with. Do I deserve to put up with this? Oh my God, I let them do that. I let them say that. I let them treat me like that. I let them talk about me like that in front of people. Oh my gosh. And then you'll begin to realize, I'm better than this paper. This is not paper. This is my hand. But I'm saying, you know, you're going to look at that paper and you're going to say, I'm better than that. And I want more, because God has more in store for you. He's got more in store for you. So just hold on. Take one day at a time. But I'm here to tell you, I took the call. I took the call. And to God be the glory. He made it so plain to me that I'm in the right place, and I made the right decision, and God still loves me. I'm a Christian woman. I love Jesus, and I was married, and I'm not anymore. And God still loves me. He does. And He loves you too. What do I always tell you? Always remember that true healing. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, hold on. What do I always tell you? Always remember that true healing begins with self-love. Why? Because God is love and He lives on the inside of you. Okay, you can heal, family. That's the end of the video. Things are falling down. And the rain is slowing down. So I'm just going to probably listen to some music while I'm waiting, and just think about the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, and how He brought me out of the miry clay. He set my feet upon a rock, and I stand here today, or sit here in this car today, telling you that you can heal, that you can heal from the pain of your past, and you can live the life that God has for you. Oh my God, I did it again. You guys, I've got to go. I love you. I'll talk to you on the next video. Bye. Oh my God.